I'm Eric.
And I'm Steve.
Policy updates.
Commander 2018 thoughts.
Let's talk about it. Welcome, Plateswalkers, to the Collector Mania YouTube channel, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Let's Talk About It. As normal with anything on YouTube, if you like it, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you are subscribed to us already, hit the bell for notifications when we post.
Ding.
Let's talk about it, Steve.
Yeah, so a lot of announcements happened, not a whole lot of I was expecting maybe a little bit of a trickle of Commander,
Commander
spoilers.
or something, yeah.
Didn't happen. We're probably going to get all that stuff on Monday, so we were talking about maybe moving Let's Talk About It to Monday instead of Thursday next week, so expect that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of juicy things to talk about, even if the whole thing's not out. There'll be some interesting stuff. That Spider, though.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope they're not teasing me, and that's not a legendary creature or something like that.
That would suck if they're just, here's a cool card from the set.
I would be so pissed.
And it's not even a creature, it'll be like a sorcery.
I would
in the
be
web.
So mad. Because it's just like, Ishkana needs a place, man.
Yeah. It'll be a Jund Spider, that's my guess.
Jund Landfall Spider or something like that.
Yeah.
I just need it because I like naming my spiders after Magic cards. Yeah. So that's perfect.
We'll show you that artwork here in a minute, but real quick, let's talk about some policy changes here. If you didn't know, in the past, Wizards of the Coast has said any WPN location cannot serve alcohol in the same spot as gaming takes place. So good idea, you've got to have a bar or a restaurant or something that's separate. Like I've seen, you can just walk in and out, but it's not like there's a bar on the side of your gaming tables.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I guess you couldn't host things in breweries. You couldn't serve hard alcohol at all, or hard liquor or anything.
Well, and from what I understand, you still can.
Yes, I believe that's true. But they've changed things here a little bit. This is their little policy update here. The idea is they just wanted a family-friendly thing, and not that alcohol isn't friendly, but I think it's an image. Their game is kind of for kids,
maybe at one point.
Well, I mean, they want people to grow into the game.
Yeah.
And if a family says, "Oh, I heard about this game," or 15 years ago I played it, now I've got kids who are 8 and 10.
Well, speaking of which, the other half of this update was the age, specific tournaments too. So
Yes.
I mean, this all makes sense, running together as far as announcements and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just kind of allowing that, because I know there are a ton of places that serve alcohol or would want to host a big event, like Miniatures Gaming does it a lot. Well, they'll have big minis tournaments in breweries or something, or at a GP or something. If you're at a hotel, why can't you have a beer if you want one at the table or something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just talking to another friend about this the other day. The really interesting part is about 2 years ago, across the pond in London, UK, they were having trouble with a lot of WPN locations getting shut down because they were serving alcohol.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's just wow, this kind of sucks for them because 2 years later or a year later even, it gets announced that it's okay now. So what happens there? That's the only thing that I keep thinking about. That's a bit, I guess, a bad part about this.
Yeah, and it's. I haven't heard of anybody being shut down, but I could totally I'd be sweating if somebody was just oh well, can I not run FNM, or should I close the taps at the time, or it's a can of worms. I think Wizards makes a lot of policies that they may not necessarily enforce, but they'd say we're covered. Just here, don't do this, please. And but a store's still got to sweat it, So now, like you said, they don't have to sweat it, but that's a number of years of worrying about it,
So my only question to you, Eric, is where do we put the bar?
I don't know. It'd be interesting. That's probably top 3 questions we get asked. Can you get a liquor license? I know there's a lot of hoops to jump through.
Then we got to get a bartender.
And you got to card people, and imagine having a liquor distributor.
Oh my gosh.
Or not liquor, but beer and wine. And spills. Oh my God, Steve.
Yeah, it would be cool, but
it would be nice.
I think it'd be more of a headache than it would be worth.
Yeah. It's just like any game store that's a cafe. There's one nearby that's been around for longer than us, or just as long, and I'm sure it's a whole nother can of worms. You got to deal with food service and cleanliness and expiration dates and all of that.
You could just throw some beers in the fridge, a different fridge, I guess.
Yeah.
One that's got a lock.
21 plus fridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Probably not in Collector Mania's future unless we
No.
really plan on that. But it's good, more business freedom, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll talk about the next policy here, which, as Steve had mentioned, if we can get our thing to work. I just had it, Steve. There we go. Is regarding age-restricted tournaments.
Yep.
So the idea here is that now you could make all of your events sanctioned for only 21 plus. You could do a certain age group for kids or whatever, just to do like a youth league or something, just so kids aren't getting beat down by adults.
Well, and I don't think that's. I mean, it's a pretty good idea actually. Like, I picture stuff like that happening on something like a Sunday or something. That way, parents could come down, drop their kids off, and hang out with them and like watch them play Magic if they want to, or take off for a little bit and then come back.
Yep.
I think that would be a perfect time for something like that. And then, as we were just talking about, having a 21 and over, just do like a midnight, bring your, well, I don't know if you could do that. If we ever got into the drinking thing, like, bring your booze, let's have a 21 and over midnight tournament till 6 o'clock in the morning and hate ourselves.
Yeah. And I think it's good. I think, some stores may want just that vibe of 21 plus.
Yeah.
But like the thing that I think of most is like a kid. I remember when I used to play Star Wars, I always got like the bejesus beat out of me. It was bad. I don't think I never won a Magic tournament, but if you're a kid and you could throw down $5 and win 4 packs because you're undefeated, like at an FNM you wouldn't have a shot winning. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, it's good.
It is.
So
it gives us a little bit of flexibility as far as like setting a tournament up, and it may suck like sometimes when somebody shows up for like a 16 and under and they're obviously not 16, they're just like, oh, I thought I could just play, and it's just like, no, or vice versa, but I guess you just have to be clear about what tournament you're having, joining, try and put it up on
Facebook and your calendar and all that,
all that kind of thing.
And here you can see the very bottom revision. It excludes Premier Play like PTQs and stuff, where the idea is they don't want to exclude anybody. They want to get as many people in. And it'd be weird, I think, if like a kid won a PTQ just because it was age restricted, or vice versa, or something, and then like they make it to the next level just because they were in a different pool or something. Like everybody's allowed. You can't exclude anybody in those events. So
I guess my next question on this too is like, would you at that point run side by side events?
If you had to, yeah. Like yeah. It makes sense to me if you would want to. Like
start one like 30 minutes after or something like that.
But here they're saying there's no reason to. They're saying don't even bother. You cannot restrict these events.
Well, I'm talking about general.
Oh, I see.
Sorry,
you
I'm
could
backtracking.
Like not an FNM, but like a Wednesday night Magic.
Yeah, just say 21 plus starts at 6, 16 and under starts at 6:30 or something like that.
Yeah, you certainly could.
That way, if you think about it, you could have the parent coming down for the 6, and then they brought their kid for the 6:30.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there'd be enough like demand for that, but currently I don't think so. But
that'd be the tough part, is finding at least 8 people, or I'm thinking 8 kids to like join a league consistently.
Well, I think the kids around here are so used to playing regular FNM. They're I don't know if they'd want to switch,
Right, and that's why I think if you handed them a pack, say, hey, you won, here's 4 packs, that'd blow their mind. Like, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the policy updates there. We will move on to this one here. Oh no!
It did that thing again.
It did do the thing. It's hard to see here, guys. We'll just talk about it. But there's some news regarding the next set of Commander 18. There's 4 decks to this one.
So essentially they gave us the themes. Mm-hmm. So first up we've got Is It, which is blue-red, of course. It's going to be an artifact theme deck. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty exciting. I know a lot of people have been fighting for that type of commander. We got Jorah just recently, which was like the big like switch, and everybody was like super excited. I was, I went crazy for it, as anybody will tell you. Mm-hmm. After that we've got the Jund deck, which is black-red-green, of course, and that's land. It's called Nature's Vengeance. I didn't even see the names there. That's how dark this thing is.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this one personally. I've had a XR Aaron commander deck that's essentially landfall, like land centered, and I'm excited to move away from XR Aaron and then put something that's actually more like built for a landfall type deck, because I think most of the landfall our land commanders have been like green red, blah blah. or black red. So it's like finally we get that melding of those two color pairs.
Next, we've got a Bant group of enchantments called Adaptive Enchantment. You'll see some card images for all of these here later. And then the last one, Esper build. So top of the library matters called Subjective Reality. So,
and I was really confused about the first article that I read about this. It sounded like both of those were themed towards enchantments, like the Esper and the Bant one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's actually a thing or if I was just misunderstanding that, because I don't really understand like top of. Are they just going to be like a bunch of miracle cards, which could be interesting?
That would be sweet. Like, there's an image I think that might relate to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, to me, top of deck seems to be like Oracle Moldiah. Imagine if your commander says, it does this based off what's on the top. Like, if it's a creature, this is a 5/2. If it's a land, it's a 1/8 defender or something. Like, or, certain things happen, like, if it's your turn, if it's not your turn. Like, imagine changing all of that around just on your opponent all the time for whatever reason, I think it'd be cool.
What are those twins called?
Twins.
Yeah, it's two elves, and essentially they do something different, like you were just saying. They're not Oracle and Moldiah. They're like get power and toughness if it's a creature, and they get like
tap to add 2 mana
if it's a land or something like that.
Moldiah Channelers.
That sounds about right. So similar to that. I don't know. I've always pictured those types of effects in either green or blue, so I mean it kind of makes sense. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that because I don't quite understand it. Whereas the other three themes are like 100% clear.
Yeah. Lands, I hope they do something a little different with lands, but I'm sure it'll just kind of boil down to Jund Landfall.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be what we're used to, but I think it's going to be better.
Yeah.
That's where I follow
I think you're right.
Because it's not just going to be like, here's an Avengers Zendikar, deal with it. You know what I mean?
Here's a rampaging Baloth.
Maybe it'll be a little bit more eloquent. Yeah. But don't make it as busted as Get Rock Frog. I mean, my gosh, let's not do that again.
And you think of cards like, Ramanop Excavator and now Crucible Worlds being back in. Like, I hope there's something interesting. Like, churning your graveyard, like, I don't know.
Graveyard lands, which
graveyard
is
lands,
already
it's already
a thing.
So, like you said, hopefully a little bit more sophisticated versions of that.
Yeah, either more sophisticated or subtle. I don't know, like, which way to go with that. But, I mean, I'm sure they've got something figured out. And I'm still trying to figure out where the heck this artwork is from. Like, out of all of these decks, this artwork doesn't look like any of them, in my opinion.
No. It looks red-white. Something. Red-white, black. Not red-white, black.
And I doubt is it, but that's the only one I could think of, like, equipment. But that doesn't even make sense.
No.
It could be in the Bant deck, but still that doesn't make sense. So I don't know where to place this thing.
Yeah, Bant kind of makes sense, but, like, the colors of the art doesn't. I've seen a few people, like, point to the glyph on the shield and like the handguard of the sword and like the crest of the lion on this horse's like face guard, saying, "Oh, this is this card." And I think it is Martin Stormgold-ish stuff. There's like 3 or 4 cards that are surrounding that art, and they're I saw some images of people pointing at this and trying to like mask. It looks like this shape of the emblem on the shield and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem blue-red. It doesn't seem white-green-blue. Like, doesn't seem Jund. Doesn't seem Esper.
I mean, unless it's mono-red. And it just fits into, like, the Jund or the Izzet deck. Yeah. But still, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, definitely kind of an odd one. But great artwork. We'll see here on the 23rd, Monday the 23rd.
Now, this is the artwork that I'm super excited for.
We're going to skip this one, I think.
No. I don't know if I've said this on the channel before, but I actually collect tarantulas, so this is like right up my alley. Perfect creature. If this thing isn't legendary, I'm gonna be pissed. That's how like excited I am about this. I literally don't care what it does. I just want to make it a commander. Yeah. Because I tried it with Ishkanah, and unfortunately Ishkanah isn't that great for what I like to do. I mean, it's not a bad commander. It's just not amazing. It'd fit better in a deck where I hope this is just like
the awesome spider commander we all need.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Great art. Very like. Keep looking around, and I wonder if this one's Jund, Steve.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like red, green, and black everywhere.
I love that like highlight, like that neon green too. Like that's so perfect.
Yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, awesome artwork. Next, so this is the one I'm thinking is the like top of library. I mean, if you look, there's like a devil, there's a wolf, there's a lion. It looks like.
Would you say this is Kamigawa or Tarkir?
Well.
Because the multi-faces thing makes me think Kamigawa.
Yeah.
But herself makes me think Tarkir.
Yeah. Like the terrain. Like I was gonna say, it looks kind of like this looks like an ocean and stuff over here, and like mountain. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you could necessarily claim a plane. I guess the clothing kind of does, but like a Ojutai.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out, like, from the name or whatever. But, like, that's the thought that just keeps coming to me is just like, what? Where's this chick from?
Yeah.
If it's a chick, I can't.
I think it's a woman. Yeah. But yeah, I think this could certainly be like, say it's something. I don't know. There's so many cards.
I mean, it could also fit into the Bant deck now that I look at it too, just because like that could be representing the enchantments as well. I don't know.
Maybe some new totem armors or something.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that'd be sweet. Maybe some different colors, like because there are totems in every color, right?
Yeah, but there's no like. Well, I mean, there's
good ones are like green and white and stuff,
and there's no like dual color totems either. So like a blue-black totem or a blue-white or whatever. Yeah.
So an interesting piece of artwork there. We'll find out more on Monday. This one is really sweet,
and that's definitely going to probably be. Well, I shouldn't say definitely going to be in the Esper deck, but I don't know. It could
be in, could be in either Bant or Esper.
That's 100% true. She's got the wheat hair, so maybe Bant.
So this, of course, evokes the Ephara art from Born of the Gods. This, like Steve and I were talking, we don't think it's Ephara, right? But obviously somebody touched by Ephara. And
I think it's like an apostle or whatever you want to call it.
Disciple or something,
a servant of Ephara, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, just such a creative...
Those clouds.
Yeah, the clouds look amazing. You get the whole Nyxborn feel on her shoulder and, in the shadows, like, dude.
Well, and I love... and we've talked about this before, but like these commander sets going back to other planes is like the best thing they could do because I mean it opens up the storylines, lets us know about things that may have happened past. Like think of Okagashi from the last one. It's just like I've never seen this giant crazy dragon. I've seen the card that has him on it, but I've never seen the dragon, and it's just cool to go back to see like that story element and not necessarily visit the plane because I don't think a lot of people would be too pumped to go back to Theros.
Theros, right?
But see a couple cards for Commander from Theros, not a bad idea.
No, not at all.
Same with like Corset. I mean, we saw, I think there was a Theros card in Corset 19. I think it's that Satyr dude. The one that whenever you play an enchantment, you draw a card. I think that's from, not 100% sure, but I think that's where that's from.
Okay.
And I love, once again, those little like story elements that they added to things like this. And yeah. Although, please go back to Kamigawa Wizards, please.
I was hoping we'd come back to that. There's apparently a poll from Mark Rosewater on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Between it's the top two of returning planes, Kamigawa versus Lorwyn, and Kamigawa is losing right now.
Well, to Lorwyn that's fair because Lorwyn is ridiculous, and I missed out on the first time. I barely touched it on Kamigawa because I got a couple packs in like a deck at that point. Never really played it, but had them. But yeah, I had. Lorwyn, that whole... Although, would it be Shadowmoor?
That's what they said. If they go to Lorwyn, they're probably going to go to Shadowmoor, too.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think it would start out with Shadowmoor.
Right, if they the plane shifts or whatever.
So maybe we'd go back to that cycle and we'd, like, see from, like, the bad, all the darkness at first and then switch to the light.
That'd
which
be
would
sweet.
Be really cool, actually.
Cool. Well...
We need more changelings, Wotc.
Yeah, we do. Some good ones. Changelings are so cool, man.
Okay, so here's what they need to do. Let's go back to Shadowmoor, and then 2 years later, let's go back to Kamigawa.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
If they're like, what would you rather have? This thing, which will sell us a bunch of stuff, or this thing, and they're both like heavily debated, and people are like scrapping with each other over it.
Yeah.
You say, we're just going to do both of these, right?
And don't mess it up like Innistrad, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Like, I know Innistrad mechanically was amazing, but...
You're talking Shadows over Innistrad.
Yeah, Shadows over Innistrad. Sorry, I should clarify. Let's not bombard the plane with Eldrazi for any stupid reason. Let's not do that. What if
Nicol Bolas went to...
I'm pretty sure Nicol Bolas is going to die and return
They'll
around.
Keep him around.
You think so?
I think they will.
I think they need...
He's like top 3 baddie.
Yeah, but they need like some kind of conclusion.
That's why they kill a hero, not a villain.
I mean, they could kill a bunch of heroes, and I'd be happy with that too. But
me too.
We need like a epic climax where like they defeat the villain, but they lose half their members
team
or something like that. Jace being one of them.
And if you've seen things like Infinity War spoilers.
Yeah.
How cool were people with that? Even though it was something people are not cool with.
Yep.
Like some
Well,
gravity in your story makes a good story.
I
Like,
think part of that, though, is a lot of people realize that those characters are coming back.
right.
That's the only difference between this and there.
Yeah.
I would hope if they do kill people, they don't
They're
bring them
gone.
back. Like, I think it was like story-wise, it was interesting that Elspeth came back. Like, that was cool because it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's different. But like when Vincent died, I know a lot of people were just like, bring Vincent back, blah blah blah, and it's just like, no, leave him dead. Like he's a hero at that point, and like his death stands for something.
Right.
Whereas Elspeth was just kind of like a backstab, so you want to see her come back and get that revenge. So it's compelling. Whereas like just bringing Vincent back for no real reason,
Yep,
would be terrible. It's just like we still debate about like, is Koth still alive?
Right.
You know, it's and
He
I
died
love that
heroic.
mystery.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, is Koth alive or is he dead?
Right. Yeah, it's very interesting to think about, and I don't know.
I want to see somebody sacrifice themselves, like even if it's like somebody like Karn.
Yeah.
Like I know that sounds ridiculous, and I don't think it should be Karn, but that would make a huge impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I honestly thought Teferi was going to be dead in Dominaria. Like it didn't happen story wise, which I'm happy about because I like Teferi as a character, but I really thought that he was going to have to do something, and you know, oh, I got my spark back, but now I'm dead. Kind of.
You gotta save the plane or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So once again, going back to it, I really hope Nicol Bolas dies, just because I think that would be an interesting story element. I understand that he's like they're one of their big bads, but maybe we could get a new big bad. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe Liliana becomes the big bad after that because she inherits his power or something like that.
Yeah.
And Liliana could definitely do that. And then you'd have like one of those characters where you're just like, I like her because at one point, well, you know, maybe not, but I like her because at one point she was helping everybody and she was cool and good, and now she's completely evil, and it's just like, why is she doing this?
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
Tangent complete.
Oh god, this artwork.
So we're back to Commander 18 spoilers.
So this, I was talking to Eric about, this is probably my favorite artwork from the set so far. I love macabre pieces like this.
Yeah.
Like, it's very beautiful, but it's extremely dark in a lot of ways.
Unsettling.
Yeah. And it's just like, what is going on in this image? Like, she's got like an image of like a skull thing on top of her head.
Forehead, yeah.
And like a stick. And like, I'm guessing this is probably in the Esper deck once again. I would be surprised if it was in the Bant deck, but I could also see it there. I don't think it would be anywhere else. Like, I don't see this in the Jund deck, potentially, I guess.
This seems way too like wasn't one of the names like Deceptive Reality or something, that like very surreal, like girl, nice dress, little girl, nice dress in a pond, like kind of creepy.
If she was any more fantastical, I would say Shadowmoor, but she's not.
No. And she's a human.
Yeah,
that's
she's
the first thing I
human.
thought of. Right. Or she looks like a human, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I would say she is. And like, honestly, I don't know what plane to even place this girl on. My second thought is probably Innistrad, but that doesn't even seem right because it seems very. I just love this artwork.
Yeah, it's very.
I would frame this.
Yeah, I mean, like there's so little to make of this artwork. Man, I that'd be crazy. What if that's a great card and it's just fantastic art, and this could be the commander we all hate to see at our table. For
I'll probably be playing it just because of this artwork.
Yeah,
so
fantastic. And it's hard to tell who the artist may be as well.
Yeah.
Man, that's great.
Yeah, like look at those lily pads. Like if you scroll down a little bit further, like you just look at oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I don't even see that fitting on a card. I'm pretty sure this is just like the full art version.
Up here, yeah.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because there's a lot of beauty down here. Yeah.
Should be cool. Hopefully, black white life gain, awesome. Because this, I immediately thought of like Golden Glow mods and stuff. Like
that would be sick if they add. You know, I think we talked about this last time when we got to the commander product. It would be awesome if they just splashed in some partner commanders, like just randomly, like, oh, here's a black white partner commander, just out of nowhere, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they should. I mean, any chance they get, they should make partners as much as possible, and I think that would be a great call, Steve. Yeah. Definitely. Beautiful card.
And the last one we got is kind of cut off.
I think this is just on the website, the little banner there. So
it's definitely Innistrad.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's gonna be like a zombie card. I know it's a card artwork because I remember seeing it on the main website, but we don't have to try and find it or anything like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's cool. It's probably my least favorite of all the artworks. If you've looked at the main page, you can see the whole thing. I don't know if Eric can maybe expand this thing a little bit.
I don't think so. We suck at this. Yeah.
Yeah. It just goes back to the MTG Goldfish main.
The website. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, those are the artworks we have so far. I am anticipating a lot of really cool stuff. As always, we are going to do our Commander challenge with these. I think we're going to try something a little bit different this time, where we're going to try and track ourselves a little bit better. In the past, we've just been like, okay, let's play a million games of Commander and upgrade it as we go on. But we're going to try and do this a little bit more akin to like our Pauper to Power series. Whereas we're going to like, maybe, I don't know if we're going to implement points. That seems a little bit too complicated. But, you know, just say like, hey, I won this one. You know, hey, Eric won this next one. So who's the victor at the end? You know,
do kind of like a standard showdown type thing. Yeah, I can see that.
So anyway, we'll probably be picking decks here at some point. I don't know if you guys are interested in all. Maybe we could do like a poll or something like, Steve needs to play John Spiders because he loves tarantulas.
That'd be pretty good, yeah.
Or Kylie needs to play John Spiders because he hates spiders.
Yeah.
No, that'd be terrible. Good. I would never make Kylie do that.
Play it like, just put a sleeve in there or something.
Steve, can you alter this?
Yeah.
To what?
The most Lucas the Spider, right?
Yeah, really. I don't even think he likes that spider.
Yeah.
Like, he's... Side note, like, I had him come over to my house recently, and like I said, I collect tarantulas, so I literally had to take all my spiders and put them in the bathroom because he didn't want to see them at all. He was like, if I see them, I'm leaving your house. And it's just like, Kylie, I understand, man.
I was wigged out too.
Oh.
It's weird, but what do you think, Steve?
I think we've definitely talked about it.
Yeah,
we're definitely getting into side stories again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Monday, the 23rd is when spoilers are going to come out.
I can't wait.
Yeah, should be like 9 o'clock our time.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully get
the whole set.
Whole set. Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh man, and you know, like right after that we go to Ravnica. This year has been a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. It really has.
It's and even Ravnica is still like 3 months away. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh.
And isn't there like another product coming out in between? I'm sure.
I don't think so. Not that I know of. But
okay, good. We get a break.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, thanks guys. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.